Hi, I'm Brent, your co-host with Marina, and I'm here to show you how to build a fire in the wood stove in the cottage today. To get started, and it's important to get started and prepared before we go, there's 3 pieces of wood to get in front of you. One is some fine kindling, and I have kindling generally pre-cut in the wood shed. You don't need that much, just a handful of kindling. I've got medium-sized sticks that I cut with the axe. I usually try to find the driest, smallest pieces I can and cut them to sort of about 3 or 4 inches around. And then I've got a few bigger pieces for when I've got the fire starting to catch and I can throw those on and they'll burn a little longer. So I start, and I tell my children this, with crisscross applesauce. So I put the kindling in like a little log cabin. You can see. It's not, that important exactly how it gets done, but this is how I like to do it. And I leave a little space in the middle for some fire starters. And I make these fire starters myself. What they are is cotton balls with a little wick pulled out from the center, dipped in paraffin wax. So it's very simple, but they work very effectively. They light and burn for about 10 minutes when you get them going. So we get these lit, get them burning. Hopefully they'll start to burn. You probably don't need to, but for this I'll use 2. And they start to burn. Now I put them inside the center of the crisscross applesauce log cabin that I built here. Just let them sit there. And now I've got my kindling, and that will start to burn. Get my medium-sized stuff ready. So just a few other things as we get started. I've got the wood stove open. At the beginning, we want the door to be open for maximum airflow. We open this lever here. This is the airflow, and you'll use this when the stove is in operation. To the left is wide open, so we're going to open that up, and we'll only dial that back later as the wood stove gets hot enough to burn effectively on its own. So that's wide open. The door is wide open. Other thing I'll draw your attention to here while we're waiting. This is the thermometer for the chimney and the flue gases, and this is what we use to sort of drive the wood stove. We want the wood stove to be in the temperatures between 200 and 450 degrees Celsius. Why? Anything less than that, the wood stove's not going to burn effectively. Anything hotter than that, you're overheating the wood stove and you can actually damage the unit. Also, this is the space in which the flue gas is at the right temperature. That creosote, which is sort of a chemical compound, that sticks to the inside of your flue, does not get created. So you know that you're going to be burning clean, not depositing creosote. And that's if it gets below 200. So if it's burning cool, you'll get creosote in here, and then we got to clean this. And if you don't clean it and you get a hot fire, there's actually a risk of a chimney fire. That stuff catches fire at the right temperature. Okay, so back to the stove. We see now that we have a fire starting to kick off, and these fire starters are very, very effective. And it's sort of key to let this kindling burn through so that you get a nice hot bed of coals before you start throwing additional wood on it. And you can see that the door is open. Sometimes at this stage, you can start to sort of close the door of the wood stove, and you'll see the draft kicking off and accelerating and getting the fire going faster. If you just leave it about 1 inch to 2 inches open here, keep the door open 1 inch to 2. You can see how much more draft and the wind speed, the speed of the air going in is fanning those flames. Very small. Well, I would say probably really no effect on the flue gas temperature yet. This takes a while to heat up. So with that, why don't we cut it off there, and we'll bring you back in a few. Okay, welcome back. It's been about 5 minutes or so since we left you, and you can see now that the kindling is fully involved. And now this next step is to take our medium-sized wood and put that on the fire, and get the sort of an even warmer fire going. So if I got the kindling placed this way, I tend to want to put things across the flames and lay these on top. might even go another crisscross here. Make space for the flames to get in and around these pieces of wood. And again, I will close the door to about an inch, inch and a half. And we're gonna let that warm up and start, get fully engulfed. And now we're gonna start watching our thermometer. And you can see up here that we're now off of 0. We're starting our climb towards 200 degrees Celsius. My strategy, and many people do it different ways, and you can do your own research, but I don't think about closing this door until I've reached well into the black, sort of safe burning area above 200, below 450 degrees Celsius. So now we're going to watch this catch fire, and we'll come back to you in a few minutes. Or if we don't, what we'll do is let this get going, get up this temperature. We're then going to close the door, let it keep burning, and then add additional larger pieces of wood from our big wood pile to then sustain the fire thereafter, and work and play with the air system to keep the air supply, to keep that temperature between 200 and 450. Hi again. So now just about half an hour after we got started, a bit of a recap. We got the kindling going, put the medium things on. We got the temperature up to about 200, put the bigger piece on, close the door, and now we've seen the temperature rise. Whoops, the log just fell. Temperature rise all the way to 400, at which point I have now taken the air thing down about halfway, and you'll see the flames tamper down a bit, and you should see this temperature start to fall a little bit. We're right at 450 now. We want it to keep in that 2 to 450. This will back off a little bit as you get the oxygen down. And now we're in a situation where we're in steady state. We're going to watch our flame. We're going to watch our temperature. And as long as we're in that black range, we're good. If it's getting cool and we see things settling down, we want to put another couple pieces of wood before it gets too far down. And we throttle the air control and wood supply to keep it in that ideal range between 200 and 450 Celsius.